Okay, now that we have the poses down, I'm going to show you how to get him moving across the screen so there's a nice fluid motion, and then towards the back end of it I will show you how to stop the problems which normally occur, which is a foot sliding issue, and then we'll get him to cycle across the screen sort of infinitely so that he's elegantly walking. So if I select the keys, we can see that the first frame is identical to the reference material, and the fourth, etc, etc. And so what I've done is, if I mark here on the front toe, okay, and then on the 13th frame, we know that it's a complete step, okay? So on the 13th frame, I've moved him across from here to here, so that it's a full step, okay? And the same is true of the 25th. Okay, so the other ones will obviously go back to the original position, and the 25th is 2 steps on. So 2 widths of the feet there. Quite straightforward. So what we need to do now is figure out how to get him to move across the screen without the problems of using the foot as reference, because both feet are moving around within the linear nature of the distance travelled. So what we're going to use is part of the mesh which is static along that complete distance and animation. And the main body here, the head, it's like one big head body, that's consistent throughout, so it's just walking around without it going backwards and forwards like the feet do. So if we use that as reference material, I'm going to take the annotation tool on frame 1, and using that top part there, let's just make a mark. So, and we know that frame 13 is here, with a mark there, and frame 25 is here. So simply put, all we need to do now is divide up. So I know that frame 19 is the midpoint between these two here. So I'm going to go 19, and then drag him over, like so. And I'm going to do 22 while I'm knocking around here. Oops, a daisy. Let's just get back on here. Okay, I'm going to mark all these first of all, actually. 22 and 16 is there. So middle of 1 and 13, you can see here is 7, is 4, and is 10. Okay, so let's get those into position. So 22, line that up, okay, about there. And what have we got? It's looking good. 16, like so. And what have we got? 10 is like so. So quick check. There we go. He's moving across nicely. I've got 7 to do. Move that into position just there. And 4. Last but not least. Okay. Super. So there we go. Striding nicely across the screen there. Now we can see that the feet are sliding horrendously, and that's pretty easy to fix all in all. If I deselect and just take that foot there, it's moving around. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we know that it's on the Y location that it's moving around, so you can sort of see that it's this element here, this transformation, which is giving us difficulties. So I'm going to make all of these invisible except the Y location, and because Blender is using this curve for the whole of the 0 to 250, it's really ironing out what we need to see. So I'm going to press home on the screen, and that will just frame the differences between the keys that I've made. So obviously 1 to 25, and we can see on that value that at that point there, where his foot nicely hits the ground, it's right here within that value. It looks to me like that is pretty similar. So my gut instinct is that if we take off those ones there, it's going to revert back to the right position. So let's take those keys and delete them out. And there we go. Nicely planted foot. Let's do the same with the one at the back. Press home. And let's have a look. It looks to me as if, let's just take off the Bezier handles there. So at that point there, ties up nicely with this one over here. I think that those two there are the ones which are causing us all the difficulties. There we go. A nice, elegant walk cycle. Get them to walk across the screen indefinitely without having to copy and paste lots of frames. So what we'll do is we'll put some modifiers onto him. If we, for instance, take this control here and select one of the keys, we'll notice that we have modifiers available. So you probably have something like this. So we go into modifiers, and the one that we want is cycles, and it doesn't really matter what happens before the walk cycle, but afterwards we want it to repeat with offset. So you can see now as I pan out here, yeah, that foot is going to continue moving. There we go. So what we need to do now is take that modifier and put it onto all of the aspects that we have keyed and modified, or keyed and changed. So if we take that and copy F modifiers, I'm now going to bring all those back up and shift select all of the ones that we've changed, and then paste. And let's do that on the others. And hopefully quite quickly we'll be able to see the fruits of our labour. And that's that. And let's go on to the waist. Don't think we've actually got any rotation on there, but it's not going to harm it. Okay, let's just check what we've got. That's all fine. Keys on this, yes we have. And let's get that one there, which I think is the last one. Let's see what we get. Come on, Monty, give it to us. There he goes. Nice, elegant walk cycle.